What you knowing that we're the children of Israel, it's requirements that we all have to follow. You understand? This is how we heal our nation. Because we hurting, right? You know people who lost people? You ever lost people? You understand? You ever lost people to violence? You see what I'm saying? We all have. We all have lost somebody from violence, whether it's from our own people or from the other nations. So I'm going to show you this real quick. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord.
So you see what's required of the children of Israel? It's required for the children of Israel to keep the commandments of the Lord. You understand? Us not keeping the commandments of the Lord leads to us having what? Black on black crime. You understand? It leads to us what? Stealing from each other, right? It leads to us having single parent households. You understand? Are you married? You married? You dealing with a guy right now? Okay, so now, how long you been with this brother? About to be 2 years, okay? So now, I'm gonna show you something real quick. Here's one of the commandments. Give me Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. This is one of the commandments that God requires for our people to heal our households, right? Because I assume you love this man, right? You respect him? Okay, right, read.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
God says marriage is honorable. In everything, God says marriage is an honorable thing. Read.
And the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
Say whoremongers and God. Say all praise. What's your name, sister? Naomi. Nice to meet you, sister. That's a righteous Israelite name. All praise. So God said whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. So in order for us to heal the black nucleus, the family structure, we have to get the man to marry the woman. You understand? Not sleeping around from woman to woman or what's called boyfriend and girlfriend. You understand? You should be married to your significant other. You dealing with a brother right now? Are you married, sister? You single or you dealing with a guy? You single? Okay, all praise. So you should remain single until what? It's time to be married, right? Because guess what? This is what happens real quick. Give me, where you at? No, give me Deuteronomy 23 and 17. So I'm going to show y'all something real quick because you women, you have to protect your bodies. It's dire for the women to hold themselves in high esteem because you're the ones who what? If you run into a Negro, a no good Negro, he gonna do what? Get you pregnant and leave you with the child. So in order to prevent that, women gotta know how to carry themselves according to what God said. No, if you ain't trying to put no ring on me, I'm not spreading legs. I'm not finna get my body up. You understand? Read. No, you gotta say it again.
No ring.
Right, and no ring. That ain't our custom. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
See that? The Bible said there should be no whores of the daughters of Israel. So now you got to look at today's society. It is being pushed by celebrities like Sexy Red, Big Sexy Red, you know what I'm saying, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. These women are promoting a lifestyle to cause our women to be whores. Right? That you can sleep around, you can be you can be sexually liberated. That's not what God says. Read that one more time.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
The daughters of Israel are you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the daughters of Israel. Read.
Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Now he goes to the other side. There should be no men sleeping with other men. That is sodomy. That's sodomite. There should be no thing for women and women to deal with each other and men dealing with each other. That is dishonoring marriage when you see two women getting married. When you see two men marrying each other. God says he's not with that. You understand?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
So we gotta return back to honoring marriage. You understand? And part of that is by not fornicating. You understand? So now, because think about it. We want to heal our people, right? So these are some of the steps that we have to now put in play. So real quick, give me the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. Because the big question is, right? We want the kingdom of heaven. Do we truly understand what the kingdom of heaven is, though? Right? We don't really understand. The kingdom of heaven comes with the application of God's laws in our life, right? It ain't just some feel-good sermon that you're gonna hear to, oh, you're gonna be in the clouds in the sky, No, that ain't what the Bible talking about. Our rulership will be on this earth, but it comes by us men getting ourselves right and you women following after us. So let's read this real quick. No, jump to 11 first. We're gonna get that. We're gonna establish order. 11 and 3. We're gonna establish order first. Let's establish order for the black community. Read that.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ. So Christ is over us men. Meaning, if us men don't deal right by Christ, by keeping his example, keeping the commandments, we got to answer to him. This is why you got men locked up right now. This is why you got men dying in the streets, because it's a type of judgment from God. Read.
Every man praying or prophesying.
The head of the, sorry.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the who?
The woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. So women have to be humble and submissive to the authority of a righteous man. One who fears God and keeps the commandments. Not no brother who is just like the neighborhood dope boy. No. That's not what God is talking about. He wants the women in subjection to a godly man who's going to keep the commandments and guide them right. Why is that important for me to emphasize this order and structure? Because what? Nowadays, women are put above men. Right. Give me Jeremiah real quick. Hold that. Give me Jeremiah 31 and 22. We're going to show you that because it's prophesied that women would in the last days be over men due to feminism. You know what allows it? This is what's allowed. This is where it comes from. Right here. White man Jesus. Christianity. The most people you see in the Christian church today is the black woman. It's more black women in the Christian church than men. Why? Because there's no position for the men in the church. The women are empowered in the church to be, it's your season, woman, thou art loose. T.D. Jakes and all that. They encourage the woman because that's where their dollars come from. You understand? Read that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth.
So the daughters of Israel have slid away, moonwalk, Michael Jackson style, away from the laws of God, in other words. That's what that's saying. Read that part again.
O thou backsliding daughter, for the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth.
So the backsliding daughter has went away from marriage. She's went away from order in the household, honoring the man. Right? Read.
A woman shall compass a man.
Now a woman is over the man. Now a woman is over the man. You get it through days like Mother's Day is an example of where people esteem the woman over the man. You have things like the woman ruling the household. You understand? God prophesied that because we went away from the honoring of the commandments, we would fall away.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.